but it's time.
Coach, this is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Onto the field. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Murray going to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. A look now at the starters defensively for the Broncos. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he whips that one incomplete there. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll drop the throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
Corey Vedvik now set to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. And an alley to run. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Murray now on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Murray. And he comes back with one complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 1st down, it's Carson, and he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Carson. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This will be the 8th play of the drive here, 3rd and 4. Draw play. This is Carson. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll run on 1st down. Milton, he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. from the gun on third down. Murray. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands, downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and the result, a Green Bay score. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 56 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Second and 11. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
To throw, it's Murray. And incomplete as the screen there unsuccessful. So now 4th down coming up.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taken right around the 44. Called out a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines.
And this is caught. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A huge play there for Denver. 46 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense. Get a couple of 1st downs.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. They run the counter. Carson, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Murray with a 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded just inside the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run.
Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 7-7, our score after 1.
Ready? 18 Gator.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. He gets this one to Johnson. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. This is Carson. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Come on, set. You 60 outlaw.
56. Come on. You better bring. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Big trip.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. He was trying to go back to Moore there. And it'll bring up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
The Broncos send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them.
Now Carson fumbles the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they elected to...
Why not? Just go ahead.
Set. 10-2 stop. 2.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
He's checking.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's Murray from midfield. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Murray now, 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive. And normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let him down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The Broncos on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now back to throw. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So that one will be accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Yeah, let's go 7.
They'll try the left side. Carson And shedding through the tackle. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And an alley to run. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. It's picked up by the Broncos. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Looking to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes it a 17-10 score. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he will find his man on the outside.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together and he catches it and goes over the sideline. Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Murray now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Now Murray. And he's going to keep it here. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts
as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first and 10, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Gay's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So the late turnover, that turns into 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to capitalize and get the 3 that you just mentioned. On the other side of the field, kicking themselves. You think they'll be talking about ball security in the locker room?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. That'll be the first talking point. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it first and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. On first down, Cherry, and he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 16-yard touchdown, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here are the Packers now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on first and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Play fake. Murray. He finds his man Johnson. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Murray. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. A quick throw here. That's complete. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
So the Broncos coming out now. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. On 2nd down, Cherry, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense.
Packers bring pressure, and they block it. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
Murray now on 1st down. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. On the delay, here's Carson. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Murray now. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll run on 1st down. Cherry, he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. On play action, they'll throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. First down, Murray. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Here's second and 10 now from the 29. Murray looks to throw again, second and 10. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He'll buy some time right. On first down, it's Carson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9. On second and 9, Murray rolling to his right. He'll try and run it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. Murray going to try to throw on third down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They'll look to throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 38. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. They work again from the 38 on second and 10. Now a give, right side. Cherry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on fourth, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much fourth downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big...
Murray fighting, lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. But how about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for two. They'll try the draw. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a one-point game. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's Murray. Chris Carson, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Murray again, 2nd and 10. Looking deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Cherry, and he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. So the solid run on 1st, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all on your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Safarian Jenkins has it. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the dump off. It's 2nd down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? He'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Broncos push further out in front. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him, because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch one. Hey, check. Clear.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one goes for 24 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Back to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Austin Safarian-Jenkins. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Murray now to throw. They'll roll him out right. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting him.
0.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Murray with a 3rd and long. This is Johnson. He's got it. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 21. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. On the move to his left. He's going to take off with it. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
On 1st down, Cherry fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll keep it on the ground. Cherry, and it would appear he's going to be short of a 1st down as he stopped right around the 29 and whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
So the Packers down on the scoreboard. 1:44 to go. They need 2 touchdowns and at least 1 2-point conversion mixed in there as well. From his own end zone now, it's Murray. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw from his end zone, Murray. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Murray now on 1st down. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw is Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Going left side, it's complete. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. Johnson's got it complete.
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Murray now on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Check. Watch before. Double dog.
Throwing again. Murray. He's going to let it fly. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Murray, one final try. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 27. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.